What's up, gamers? Welcome to the stream. The Hang on. I literally just thought of a funny joke or something. Um, oh, it was setting up stream. Welcome to the setting up stream, gamers. Um, so I was just sort of sitting here like an idiot, and I'm like, why not just get every extra little minute of streaming that we can, you know? Um, I sound slightly ill for some reason. Who knows? Maybe I am. But if here we freaking are meant to start sooner than this, I think. It's 1:55 a.m. Um, yeah, much sooner than this. I was actually going to do a different stream entirely where I set up my display capture and whatnot. As you can see, I'm still almost exclusively listening to Bad Bunny because he's Bad Bunny, dude. Like, what do you want me to do? This is not working at all. Hang on, hang on. Properties, is this it? Yes. Bro, what am I looking for? Is it this? I don't think it's this. Why is this open? Good Mythical More, anyone? Um, Ow. I don't know why I said ow. I just sort of, my eyeball did something weird, blinked kind of hard. So I said ow, you know? Yeah, I was just sitting here like an idiot. Figured I would start stream and configure it because as I've learned in the past, no one is scared of OBS and this is normal. Um, and entertaining as well. So I got my freaking mouse plugged into my laptop this stream. That's kind of crazy. Look at this. Look how quick I moved this mouse. So accurate and something. I don't know. But yeah, my mouse is doing stuff because watch this, gamers. Shit. Hang on. My janky setup is being janky again. What the heck? Oh wait. Hang on, hang on. Um yes, look at this. We're in display capture, right? Yes. We're gonna play Lost in Anomaly because there's this legendary freaking Twitter account, and I need to check if it's like on Blue Sky or something because Twitter kind of sucks, and I don't use it often, but I do check it just because this account. Um, I don't remember what it's called. Should I give him a free shout out? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Is anyone gonna watch this VOD? You know what? There's occasionally a little viewer who pops in and watches the VOD on YouTube, and one of them recently got like 32 views for some reason. Um, I think because it seemed hopeful. It was the one where I was like, if you've been thinking of doing something, do it. And people maybe read that title and was like, I need inspiration or something because everyone is just hopelessly floating around in life and whatnot. I need to go grab my phone for a second though. My second phone anyway. Not trying to flex on all you poor people, but that's exactly what I'm doing here. Um I'm not rich. I'm just um every time I switch to the other the phone people, they just give me a brand new phone. They're like, "Here, take this. Take this, gamer." Um what the hell am I doing? Phone. Phone? No, wait. Oh, I was checking Twitter, you know? Epic Twitter moments. Look at that, it popped up immediately. And there is free via stove? What the hell is stove? Is this a virus? People are saying this is AI. I guess it probably, I don't know. Yeah, the account was literally just called Free Steam Games at Steam Games PC. Yeah, pretty freaking crazy. They were posting out giveaways and shit and stuff. But someone recently sent me this account and I followed them because I was like, why not? I like free stuff. And they actually post pretty freaking frequently about free games and all sorts of stuff. I already knew about Epic Games doing free games all the time. Where's Epic Games? Here it is, my dashboard. And that horror game that I've been playing. I played one time on stream and stuff. I got it from Epic Games. It's Epic Free Games Moments, and that Twitter account posted about this silly little game. I don't know anything about it. It just looks like a potentially, I was gonna say cringy. I don't know if I should be scrolling through these. Sometimes there's like low key porn down there. Um, so probably I shouldn't be or scrolling through that, but I don't know anything about this game. It's potentially a janky little backrooms game. I just saw that it had that like creature thing that's like made of wires and it's got like a TV for a head, I think. It's got that weird thing in it, I'm pretty sure. You're in a building. It's also early access as well, so this might actually be horrible. But I figured why not, dude? I literally don't know what else to play because should I have just spent a little extra time setting up like my capture card and all that? Maybe I should have. It wouldn't have taken that much longer, but I was gonna play Fortnite or something lame. We can do that tomorrow, question mark? I don't know. We can do that some other time. We're gonna play this janky little game, and that's why this was a setting up stream, because I have to um actually I don't know if I have to do anything other than turn desktop audio on after I turn this music off. Oh, song visuals here, but I didn't configure that properly, so I don't know if that matters. I'm just gonna turn that off just in case it like breaks something later. Yeah, this stuff's working. Let me switch to game capture, make sure all the stuff that I want to be here is here, and then when I open the game, we might switch to game capture. Fuck, clicked on the wrong thing. I was gonna say, hopefully that didn't like mess with the music or anything. I'm the only one here currently, so that's interesting. Um, what am I doing? Well, I just remembered I always forget to post in Crone's Discord because Crone was like, post when you're going live. And do I do it now? We're like 8 minutes in. I could. I don't know. Mayhaps we'll just do this chill little low key stream, and maybe I'll remember next time. You know, I could fully. I don't know. It just feels slightly strange and awkward. So, um, sorry if this was anyone's favorite song. You can't hear it anyway. So screw you, I guess. Um, what am I clicking on? Bitrate's good up here. Oh, right. We're clicking on Lost in Anomaly, and I'm going to switch to game capture because why not? You know? Is there anything cool that? All right, no sound effects or music, but this game is in early access, so I don't know. Is there anything I have to fix? Do anything weird with? I actually don't really know what anything means ever. Like screen resolution. I don't even know what my actual screen resolution is. I don't know. It says full HD. There's a sticker on my laptop. I don't know what I'm doing. Audio. Why is this set to 1? What does that even mean? Like, oh, fascinating way to do audio. Pretty basic stuff here, but you know what? Um, if there was any sound, no one would even be able to hear it because I forgot to turn desktop audio back on. And then the game capture. Epic game capture moments. Yoink. Hopefully this works. Um, what was I saying? Oh, maybe I'm forgetting words. This is like a saying that exists, and I don't even. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that like going simpler is maybe better, even. You know, with a menu, sometimes people try to go to insane with the menu. If everything is normal, use elevator to go down. Is there something up here? I can't read that at all. If you detect an anomaly, mark the floor, wall, or ceiling closest to the anomaly. Additionally, there may be more than one anomaly on each floor. Yeah, I forgot this was also an anomaly game. Bro, why am I streaming this? This is gonna be so embarrassing. Because every single time I see someone play one of those anomaly games, like I'm on observation duty, that one, I get that's the one that like started the whole like anomaly trend thing. Um, but that game legitimately seems so boring to me, and I feel like I would hate it, which is maybe evil to say, but that's just my opinion, gamers or whatever. So, and even all the ones that are more interesting and stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna be so bad if I ever played any of those. And so here I am playing one. Hopefully it's not too insanely difficult, but if a creature appears suddenly and disappears, or if a jump scare occurs and they are not caused by any object, these are not anomalies that need to be marked. They are just horror elements. Okay, so I'm just crazy or something. It's all in my head, as they say. You can mark a maximum of 15 times on each floor, so use your sprays wisely. If you miss any anomaly, you're back at ninth floor. Weird place to start, but okay. Oh, reach floor 0 to escape. That makes sense. Also, if you press the right mouse button when you hold the flashlight, it will switch to UV flashlight. UV flashlight is required to detect some anomalies. Okay. Should I wait? Watch this. I can watch my own stream to see what this says, because at the very beginning, it just says how to play. Okay. I've got a little transparent Twitch chat thing, so I cannot see what that says at all. There's just other text completely covering it. So unfortunate for me, but it literally just said how to play. Play for the first time. This sensitivity is insane. I've never felt um more what am I hang on. Words and things. I've never um related more to Markiplier. Oh, is this the exact same thing I just read? Yes, it is. Okay. The sensitivity, it still feels slightly crazy. Do I have buttons on my mouse that change the sensitivity? Yes, I do, but that's unimportant. Press E to mark the maximum possible distance of the detection mark to the anomaly is shown above. Still, it is recommended that you leave a mark as close as possible. In rare cases, the mouse may become locked in events that cause the player to look at the jump scare. For this purpose, a mouse bug fix has been added. If you experience this bug, press R to get rid of it. Okay? I understand. This is like the practice round, right? I didn't just waste 3 sprays. If you see it, run to the elevator. If you see a man handing out brochures, run to the elevator. I just got here, dude. What was that? Someone's already knocking shit over, and it barely even looks like there's anything to be knocking over. That being said, I'm not gonna turn the brightness up. What was happening over there? Because this says 5. Why does this say 5? And why is something just appearing when I... But this only goes to 1? Is something about to kill me? Is that getting closer? Oh, it's the light flickering. My dumbass. And then I have a flashlight, right? Okay. Then I can switch to UV. Awesome. Legendary. The game is slightly lagging. Maybe I need to get a better computer. Oh yeah, I didn't think... I always forget that super janky, like indie games are probably the furthest from optimized that you can get, not counting AAA games, obviously. Um, just a funny little joke for you. Do I need it? I mean, the UV light's pretty bright. I don't think I need to be switching back and forth. I can just keep this one, right? Technically, might not be good for your actual eyeballs if this was real life, but I'm gonna die, apparently. Don't really love to hear that, but what was I saying? Yeah, this game's probably not optimized in the slightest, which means stream might crash and my computer might blow up. But if that happens, um, I don't know, I'll put on a mask and set up my phone to stream. Honestly, I've been really wanting to do a drawing stream. Family is a little world made of love. Okie dokie. So the ghosts that live here are cringe. Oh, wait, can I like interact with stuff? I just hit E on accident. Okay. I thought I accidentally would have sprayed something, but I guess not. Um, yeah, I gotta do a drawing stream so that I can flip chat off with my actual hand, with my actual gloved hand. Bro, it's literally just the sound effect that people use. Like, this is so bright. Can I? Fuck. Okay. Um, if those weren't practice streams before, we got cheap viewers already, apparently. Hang on. Um, I mean, cheap viewers, I don't know. Um, what even is this? Why is that like that? Does that count as an anomaly? I forgot I was supposed to be looking for anomalies. Um, does that just mean weird shit? Because that just might be a strange decor thing. Lit floor. Am I gonna slip and fall? Is it gonna be awesome and hilarious? Great things take time. Okay. Game over? Wait, game within a game? Please? That, no, I can't do shit. Is there like an interact button? Because I keep wanting to hit E, and that's the spraying an anomaly thing. Bro. Wait, so did I mess up my run because I accidentally sprayed something? Is the game gonna be like, that was an anomaly, you're stupid? Die now? Or something? 231? Do all these little details matter? I don't know how every single second I'm forgetting I'm playing an anomaly game because, like, do I have to be paying attention to how many stacks of books there are, or like the specific number of books in the stack? There's a weird lemon there. Shit's probably gonna move, and there's all these strange wall painting things or murals or whatever. Actually, what the hell is this? Like, what do you mean? This is the scariest thing in the game so far. Is it a table? Is it a seat thing? I don't even know. Is this a window? This is a confusing place to be in. Wait, I actually should check if there's an interact button, right? Okay, left button. So that's what I've been clicking, which is good and awesome. Unequipped is apostrophe. Wait, what is that called? I don't even know, dude. Fix mouse bug. Let's go. Love that that's a control that I need to remember. And I can in fact sprint. And I need to remember what all these cringy things say. Oh, exit. Was there anywhere else to go? I could go that way, right? Floor 9? Do I have to check the whole entire floor? Every time? That's gonna be awesome and fun. But this is also an exit. Oh. Jesus Christ. Okay, I think... Oh, I think that's just because the game, it like needs to loop in order to be an anomaly game, right? So I just went the wrong way, which is just confusing for me now. So that's cool that I did that. So like, I didn't like change floors or anything. So I don't think there was anything weird happening. I didn't remember anything that was occurring though. So that's annoying for me. I really should. There's like a statue of that guy with the mustache, lady eyeball, two other ladies. What is this even? It's just red. Okay. See, as I've been saying, I don't really know um the layout first of all, but also I don't know really the extent of the anomalies, you know? Like, what was this? Is this hat gonna move to down there? Are numbers on the computer in one of the rooms gonna change? This room, right? It had this laptop or whatever. Yeah. Lemon. I need to remember this lemon. I'm sure that's an important thing in the game. You know, that's the lore right there. I was gonna say MatPat's gonna do a theory on that lemon, but wouldn't be MatPat doing the theory. And then floor 9. Oh no, maybe this just loops and then... Oh, because I can mark stuff. So I think I just come to the elevator every time. And I did accidentally mark something. So that's probably not good that I did that. So then it's going to count this as a fail, maybe? Since I... Wait. What the hell was that, even? Something appeared for like a second? Oh, okay. Bit janky, but that's perfectly fine, gamers. This game's in early access, right? I also don't know what that means. Maybe I should have done, like, the teeniest, tiniest bit of research on this game, like clicked on the store page for a second. I was just like, free game? I'm an obnoxious streamer. I can play that. Also made it to floor 8. Didn't even realize, so let's freaking go. Now shit's probably gonna be weird, except all this stuff is the same. Is this guy gonna like not have a mustache at one point? Because that would be kind of crazy. Like, is this gonna change channels? I would cry if it did. Oh my god, wait. I just remembered UV. Oh wait, can it be on the ceilings and shit? Because it said I could put markings on the ceilings, but... Oh, I was gonna say I can't really look up that well, but I can. It's just slightly janky and weird. I don't know. Um, yeah, I should be checking UV. What is this, phasmophobia? I don't know why I said that like a joke. It wasn't even... Was that supposed to be funny? In any way? Is one of these gonna turn into a spork? That'd be pretty scary. Hat didn't move down. I don't know what that is, but it's just sort of been there. Is it gonna change time? I'm gonna cry if that's something that's gonna happen. Why is this moving, dude? That's an anomaly if I've ever seen one. That wall looks strange. Oh, it's because this pillar thing. Shadows and whatnot. Great things take time. I actually forgot what that said the first time, so hopefully it still said that. Well, they can't play this game? Is this even a game? It's got a bunch of buttons, one big blue button. Would it be fun even? Who knows? Mayhaps. Can't open anything. Jesus Christ. Okay. So my camera locked onto it, and it... Something like that. Like, there was a trigger for me looking at it, was there not? Why did the camera need to be locked on? It was just a hand that came through, and it's pointing at something. Is he helping me? Is he yelping me? That's kind of what it sounded like I said, but Is that what's happening? What's it pointing at? There's nothing here, bro. What if I touch it? You guys think that would be a bad idea? Or, okay. Was kind of afraid of what might happen, but you cannot clip farm, you know? That's the way of the streamer. So this just is a strange little loop. So I marked one single anomaly, which means I win? Question mark? Thought I saw some evil entity in the corner of my eye. But this is just like real life. That just sort of happens. You know? Which it legitimately does just sort of happen, which is slightly strange because having pets and things sort of trains your brain to think of weird little creatures always wandering around near the floor. And so sometimes your brain will just put shit in into your reality that isn't real. Like sometimes I'm like, oh look, there's my cat approaching me in the dark for some reason because I'm a creature of the night and I'm always wandering around in complete pitch black darkness. Um, thought that guy was rotating for a second. He's not though. Yeah, that'll happen. I'll like think my cat is there. Wait, so can I turn this on or do anything? No, can't do shit. Just got this bright ass flashlight. It's still slightly strange. TV set? Is it gonna change brands eventually? Oh, I haven't been paying attention to like if this couch has changed at all. Like it's a green leather couch, this one's brown. I think this just is a clock because I was like, I'm pretty sure that changed time, but I don't think that would be an anomaly, maybe? I don't know. I don't have ADHD, watch this, because um cats and things, your brain does weird shit, and also I didn't even check if we moved floors. No, we didn't. We're back to floor 9. That's awesome. Um Maybe I did something wrong. Like if you find an anomaly, are you supposed to do something other than just go back to the elevator? I guess I missed one. Maybe the demon hand was an anomaly? Although the game kind of made it seem like it wouldn't be. This is already winning. Okay. Yeah, great thing, save time, game over. Oh, I probably need to be checking these vents, right? And I don't think I paid too much attention to these wall mural things. Horrifying? Please stop doing that. I just realized that's not even coming from a direction in the game. It's literally just that sound effect playing. Like I have that sound effect on my computer and I can play it. And it's actually just panned to the right and then to the left. Which isn't me trashing on an indie game, okay? I know video games are difficult to make. Hang on, I have to sneeze. My mic won't mute. It's going away. How? Um, I feel like nothing happened. So I'm just gonna keep going, okay? Unless you're so I don't know. Hang on. Let me read how to play again. If everything is normal, use elevator to go down. If you detect an anomaly, mark the floor. Let me learn how to read. The floor, wall, or ceiling closest to the anomaly. Additionally, there may be more than one anomaly on each floor. If a creature appears suddenly and disappears, or if a jump scare occurs, and they are not caused by any object, these are not anomalies that need to be marked. Okay, so what the fuck does that even mean? And they are not caused by any object? Like the game over arcade machine thing is gonna have spooky stuff in it. The ring girl's gonna start coming out of it, and I have to mark the the machine and run away as fast as I can. Um, okay, so maybe the demon hand was an anomaly because it was like in the window, kind of. Maybe this means if something's like just running at me through this hallway, then I don't have to mark that because that's not possible unless I want to die. I've heard about this light. Does that always have to be flickering? I didn't even think of that. But yeah, watch this, gamers. We're going back to the same topic I was talking about. Because sometimes you see cats that aren't there or other creatures. Sometimes, honestly, this is why um I don't know if I like believe in ghosts. Probably. Like weird lots of weird shit happens. A sheriff hat? I did not know. Is that gonna change? Because that would suck. But um people need to be more skeptical of ghosts. Because people trust their perception too much because I'm seeing weird shit in the corner of my eye that just sort of like is my hair or or like a reflection in my glasses because I'm blind as fuck and if you got glass right in front of your eyeballs, sometimes stuff reflects off of it and you can sometimes you can like see pretty clearly stuff behind you. It's kind of interesting. Shit, was the lemon even here? I didn't even notice. I need to like pay more attention. Is this gonna change how many squares are here? I don't want to count the rectangles every time. It is 7 though, so 231. Another demon in the window, maybe? Mashing click to see if anything happens. Adding bookcases and shit in a game like this makes me so afraid. Because you could you could just like change the way one of them is leaning. You could add a book, get rid of a book. I don't fucking know. I just know that they're I'm gamers, we're never beating this game. It's in early access and it seems like it might be slightly janky and it's like a very indie game, which is in fact cool and awesome. I love to see that. Um but also despite all that, I'm truly not going to be good at this. Which means like I don't need to try to figure out what we're going to be playing next or do something else. Like we're going to be here for like 5 hours. So sorry if you like wanted to have free time and do other stuff. But yeah, we're just going to be here. Maybe take a swig of water to celebrate the fact that we're definitely getting to the next floor, right? Shit, we actually did. But yeah, shout out H2O. Um, maybe the first floor is always normal. I keep wanting to like turn off my flashlight. I guess pulling it out and putting it away is kind of, it's pretty simple. Well, I was hearing my own footsteps. I thought I heard other footsteps. That was kind of horrifying. I have not been checking UV. I forgot this was even a mechanic. So maybe, or have I been? I don't know. Who even knows, dude? Kind of horrifying. There just sort of are sound effects that are playing, which maybe is evil to mention like that, but what is this? Is this just C4? That feels like an anomaly. Hopefully I don't blow up. One of my greatest fears in life, just like real life even. That's not true. Is this? No, I thought it was a different color. That would have been kind of evil because it wasn't even that different of a color in the UV. Well, because it's the same color, but I don't know what I'm saying. This is still flickering, that's cool. Which light is this? It's the third light. I don't know if it's gonna change which light is flickering. He will die here. That's definitely an anomaly. We're gonna do a third one. Third time's the charm. Should pay attention to these lights and things. Let me count these rectangles. 7 rectangles. My favorite number of rectangles to have in my vicinity. Need to not forget to check the UV. I think I came in here with UV. I don't even know though. I'm actually not saying I have ADHD, but basically I was editing earlier and it's truly so difficult to fully focus on whatever the hell you're doing while also having OBS open and doing something. I don't even have to be like being particularly funny or doing anything like arduous. Like I'm not having a cool conversation here, but I'm not playing this game to the full capacity I could be playing it. Even if I was just completely silent, literally for some reason, opening OBS and hitting start recording or start streaming just makes me like 5 times worse at any video game. Or anything for that matter that I try to do. Also, we made it to floor 7, that's cool. Don't think there would be anomalies in here, would there? Would there? Or down that hallway? Shit, should I be going through the loop the whole time? I don't know if there's gonna be like a mysterious handprint like right around that corner. Also, I'm saying like too much this stream. You guys, that was not okay. I'm so glad I don't have a webcam because I fully jumped out of my skin. Maybe that picked up on mic because I kind of like kicked my bed on accident. That was horrifying. Jesus Christ, that was the loudest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And I jumped so bad, I fully just like walked away for a second. Jesus Christ, dude. Why did they do that? Why did they feel the need to do that? I'm taking another drink of water and I'm taking a second, dude. Did I even turn the audio down enough? Apparently I didn't hit apply. Um, Holy fuck, dude. That was absurdly loud. Like, most of that jump scare was the volume. Like, the rest of the game is so quiet, there's no ambiance. So, like, epic indie game dev moments, but the fact that you have this little teeny tiny flashlight click, it's just like click, and then first of all, you steal my fucking mouse and then force me to look up here and then play the loudest fucking scream I've ever heard in my entire goddamn life directly into my ear holes. What is that sign? Has that always been there? I don't even know, dude. I don't have any more memories or anything at all, okay? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Can I... Oh, that makes sense, because you can't... It said mark the wall or the floor or the ceiling, because they don't want you spray painting on the objects, because that's gonna break their game. I've been forgetting to read that. What if that's gonna change into something like family is a little world made of evil? That'd be pretty scary. That's almost my exact background on my computer because I've had this laptop for like several years and I just fully have not changed the desktop at all. It's just the same default Acer color thing. Which is strange because that's something that I used to do a lot, I feel like. I always customize stuff like that. And this is You Will Die Here again? That's awesome. Can I mark this? Okay. Game over again? I don't even, was I talking about something? Was I like mid-sentence when that jump scared me? I feel like I probably was, but there's no possible way for me to ever remember what I was talking about because it's like thrown me off of the live streamer rhythm that I kind of was in. Like I was yapping, I was saying stuff, I was being a content creator, if you will, and then I don't even know what to believe anymore. Oh, did I even check UV in this room? I think maybe. Did I check it in the last one? I don't know. Oh wait, I remember what I was saying. I was saying I was editing earlier. This is crazy that I actually remembered what I was saying. Um, so I was editing earlier. Okay, it turns into an orange. Another knock sound. Thank you very much. Um, I'm just gonna go back this way, or I don't know. I would like to check here. I don't know if there's gonna be anything weird down this hallway, like up here. Maybe I should be walking through here. I don't know if it's gonna spawn another guy there. Um, let me just check that third room to make sure I didn't miss anything on the UV. No, I think I'm pretty sure I checked UV in here. Yeah, I was editing earlier, and then um I was editing the legendary freaking Fortnite video that I recorded 1 month ago. Um, and I've come around to loving that video because I hated it and I was like, oh, I'm so boring in this. I hate myself. But then, at least the most recent part of it, also floor 6, let's go. Um, what I've been editing most recently the last couple of days has been has been kind of funny and hilarious and tolerable in the parts that are boring and suck, which are all the parts where I'm not making a stupid joke or dying or whatever. So basically, anytime where I'm like just talking and making sounds with my mouth, not mouse, those are my least favorite parts of that video. And this is upside down. Does that count as a separate anomaly? There's also a lamp over there. Or is that, no, that's not supposed to be that way. And the lighting just feels different in general. Was that lamp like here or something? Or am I just used to my flashlight? I don't know. Um, yeah, I was doing this stupid Fortnite video, and in the video I was not paying attention really because it's difficult to, and I was fully just there was this one point where I asked a question about something that fully happened like several seconds earlier. So my teammate threw a like healing mist grenade thing down. And then like 20 seconds later, I'm like, wait, who threw that grenade? Even though I was spectating, I wasn't even playing the game. I was supposed to be watching my teammates die while I um be entertaining or something, and I wasn't even doing that really. But I saw someone standing there for a second, but yeah. And I don't know if the OBS thing making you like OBS making you 5 trillion times worse at anything you try to do. I don't know if that's actually like a recording yourself slash streaming type of thing, or if that just always happens. Because sometimes when I make clips of cool little things that happen in video games, just when I'm playing video games normally, and floor 5, let's freaking go. We actually might not be here forever. So that's cool. Please not. Another jump scare? When I did fix the volume, right? When I hit apply, it did apply it. Okay, it's at 0.3. I'm not horrified. And did that say music? Oh, how convenient. Right when I say music, there's spooky music playing. It's not very loud though, and I can't make it much louder, so that's kind of annoying. That's an anomaly though, right? This radio has not been playing anything, I don't think. And now it's playing a spooky little music box sound. Has that always been there? Who knows? This is definitely... Okay, it made a sound effect, but I fully sprayed it into the blood. So sorry. This rug feels weird. Was it always like that? Was there always a rug there even? Who even knows? I'm gonna scratch my face for a second. Was I mid-sentence earlier? I know I was just... Like, I can remember the last thing I was talking about, but I don't remember the last, like, sentences I said. I just get the, like, general concept. Um, I was saying in my free time, I'll make little clips of interesting stuff. I'm like, maybe I can... I mean, lately I've been like, oh, maybe I can post this on Instagram or something, because I've been trying to do daily posts on Instagram and the text apps. Did I do a text post today? I fully don't remember. I actually don't think I did. Jesus Christ. Why did that scare me that much? Is this what was supposed to happen? It points to that guy over there? Because that guy was not there before. Okay, so does this count as an anomaly? You would think it doesn't. Or would you? I don't know. Oh, nice nails. I'm actually slightly confused. They're not even like spooky, like fully just like epic slay. It's just like this demon painted their nails red. It's not even like a spooky growth, like dried blood on its nails kind of red. That's nail polish right there. I'm marking this as an anomaly because last time maybe I missed something or maybe it was that spooky hand. Who knows? But I'm not chancing it this time. We're just gonna mark it, and if I get back to floor 9, then that's cool and fun. We get to see all the anomalies in the game, you know? Which I definitely want to do. Floor 5, let's just assume I'm an epic gamer because I'm a narcissist, and I've done it yet again. I clicked the wrong button. See, I forgot what I was just saying. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on this tangent real quick and then say something. But I just had to compliment that demon's nails, you know? Dude, floor 4? We did it! Weirdly enough, this floor looks strange. Was it always shiny like that? I think. Okay, so floor 4, we made it. Jump scare? Jump scare? No. I'm hearing my footsteps again. Oh, what? Oh, why does it disappear? Oh, it kind of doesn't? Okay. I was talking about clips, daily Instagram. Um, yeah, lately I'm like, maybe I can post this on Instagram. I'll take a screenshot, I'll take a video clip. Um, and that guy was back yet again. That's cool. Love to see a familiar face, you know? Um, and I'll watch these clips back of me playing normally in my free time, not yapping at all, not a peep. out of my face hole because you wouldn't be able to guess by um, watching any sort of content that I put out. Maybe you would, because this is just sort of generally this happens a lot on the internet, but like I'm such a quiet person in real life. I'm actually, and not even like figuratively, like I don't speak that much. Like I'm fully so quiet that I'll be creeping around and I accidentally scare people. And not even like creeping around. Like sometimes, um, back in the day, I used to work at Wendy's. Shout out Wendy's. They don't need a shout out for me, and it's not even, I don't know, but I haven't been counting the rectangles. I don't actually think that's gonna change. But yeah, I'd be working at Wendy's in broad daylight. Actually, it wasn't. It actually usually I would work there and the sun wouldn't be up for that long because I was the closing shift. Um, but I would scare people, and it wasn't broad daylight, but it was in fact. Um, I think my eyes are doing something weird here. I thought there was someone standing there every time the light turned off, but there wasn't. Um, I would work there, not broad daylight, but all the lights were on. It's very bright, very like normal, and I would scare people there as well because I don't make any noise whatsoever when I walk around, and I'm not like saying words or anything. And apparently I'm just a scary looking person, you know? I've got that a couple times. Also, weirdly, I get people think I'm Asian for some reason. Um, Floor 3, epic gamer moments, which is also something that happens to my mom a lot. So I inherited her um Asian vibes or something. I can like kind of see it sometimes. I guess my eyes and face shape or something, maybe. But um everything else about me doesn't exactly exude Asian. So don't know why that's everyone's first guess when they see me. And I thought it was weird that people were even guessing because when I worked there at Wendy's, people were like when I first started working there, I feel like several people asked me just randomly. I don't know why. Like, is this really?
Review my game. Review my
I was
game.
touching my face. I'm
Review
fully
my
gonna die
game.
now.
Review my game. Review my game. Review.
Excessive advertising? Okay. That's not fair, dude. Literally what I was talking about earlier. Don't believe in ghosts and don't move your long hair that's in the corner of your eye that you think is a ghost. Don't try to take that out of your glasses because you're blind as fuck. Because sometimes it gets caught in my glasses and I was like, ow, this hurts. I need to change this. And then he just appeared and started running at me. And so I was kind of just fucked. Um, if you were just curious why I was standing there like an idiot. Are any of these paintings going to change? Because they have not so far. And this guy still has a mustache. I don't know why I feel the need to be so paranoid about that. I feel like um, his mustache isn't going to go away. That's going to be too subtle. At the very least, I'm so freaking cracked, dude. We got to floor 4 or something. And so now I'm going to 100% the game because I got that achievement from dying by that guy. This feels like a slightly different angle, but they would not do that. I have to believe that people are good. There are good people in the world. They would not move the coat rack thing ever so slightly to the right. You know, they wouldn't rotate it. They wouldn't rotate it 2 degrees. I also always forget what this says for some reason. I'm like, great things take time. Is that what it always said? I'm pretty sure. Now I might remember it because I'm saying stuff. Maybe being a YouTuber is actually way better. I guess this isn't me being a YouTuber, this is me being a live streamer currently. Um, Still 7 rectangles. But maybe this is good because I'm yapping and I'm saying things and I'm forcing my brain to make connections to all these different things. Because if I was sitting here in silence, I'm just like looking at stuff, I just have thoughts and whatnot. But if I'm saying out loud, like, oh, does this wall thing say great things take time? I don't remember. Then the fact that I'm saying that does in fact um, make that unique to my brain or whatever. I feel like I'm not saying new words this stream. Like when I was playing the typing game, that was fun and cool. I felt like I was saying words and things. Maybe that's just because I was typing and I was like focused and whatnot. And I just said like and then whatnot. So that's cool. Just took a swig of water. Maybe I'll do a little stretch. Because ow, my back hurts. Honestly, earlier today, I was watching Crone Punk. Shout out Crone. Um, yeah, watching Crone, and they were doing stuff. Them and all their friends were doing drawing and yapping and whatnot. And so, I was like, because weirdly enough, Crone is actually a psychic or something. Because what was I doing? Yes, I had woken up and I did a couple things and I was like watching YouTube and stuff and I was like, oh look, the C4 is back. Um, that is an anomaly, right? I was like, oh, I should get to working on things and make that stupid YouTube video that I'm supposed to be working on because I've had it for a month. And I did say that I should be doing that, but I didn't really feel like it. I didn't want to. And epic depression moments, maybe. But literally, lately, I've been discovering that the cure to depression is have you tried not being sad? You know? Why does that keep happening? And I got the mouse bug. Okay. And is that guy supposed to appear at the same time? Like, does the Epic Slay demon hand, point to Spooky Man over there? Or was that just a coincidence? Mayhaps? They look more like pinkish. Is there stuff around the fingies there? I don't know. Just learned I can't jump because I tried to jump for some reason. First time I tried that so far. Did I do UV in here? Yeah, I was like, oh, my life sucks. I don't want to work on anything at all, um, ever for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna quit being a YouTuber. And then Crone started streaming, and I was like, let's freaking go. Let me join this stream and vibe and chat for a little bit. And I did that. Um, and then it low-key inspired me, gamers. I was like, look at these three rapscallions. That's what I was gonna call them. I don't know why. Um, Look at them working on stuff and doing things, being productive, socializing, and things like that. Floor 7. Heck yeah. Oh my god, we've been getting repeat anomalies, so I'm horrified that the jump scare is going to come back. I don't know if I'm going to be as scared of it if it's the second time, and also if it's not at 1000% volume, but I should be good, you know? Oh, my show is on. Damn, that sucks for you. I think it just looped. Maybe, probably. Also, what the fuck? I have not found a single thing on UV. Did it loop? Or was not running yet? I guess maybe I just caught it at the end. It might have started playing the second I got to this floor. And then I came here, and then he was running away, and then died. And screamed, and whatever. So yeah, I started watching Crone's stream. We might get through this story by the end of stream. But it's been an hour into this stream, and I don't know if I might have said a few things so far. Is that a spooky monster I just saw? Maybe not, maybe just a twig. It seemed like he was running faster the first time. Holy shit, I forgot this was an anomaly, and I didn't spray it. Anything else weird going on? That's such a random wall mural thing. Like, why are there these lines here? And then they're like ornaments, sort of. Is it Christmas time? Is this a Christmas game? Because if it is, I can't play it. I have to wait till Christmas. This still says game over. I don't think anything weird has occurred to this machine. Are we gonna get the demon hand again? So yeah, back to this story that we will finish by the second hour, potentially. But was there ever gonna be anything under this door? I did see that guy over there. What if I just sprint at him, you know? Like, damn it. Okay. I don't know if I found anything. I don't want to go through again, though, because I don't have the patience for that. I'm gonna just say maybe and then call it good. I've got the time to be playing this game the whole stream, you know? I could beat this game by trial and error. So I appeared in Crone's stream. I was like, what's up, gamers? And then it inspired me to start working as well. And I was like, why not? This is chill. This is fun. This makes it a teeny tiny bit funner for me to be listening and watching to those three rapscallions and be working. I was gonna say in the background. I guess technically they're in the background and I'm working on stuff. That doesn't matter, but the point is I started editing when I otherwise wouldn't have, and it was super cool, super awesome. And before I knew it, I was like, hey, my back kind of hurts. And then um I checked how long stream was going, or no, I checked the time. I was like, wait, what time is it? I feel like we've been here for like a hot second, I think, at this point. Check the time. It was fully like 7:55 p.m. And I was like, what do you mean? Nope.
Review my game.
Bye.
Review my game.
I'm not gonna review your game, dude. Leave me alone.
Review my game. Review my game.
That feels really
Review
close.
my
My
game. Review my game. Review my game.
Okay, so that feels not fair whatsoever. I feel like I reacted pretty fast in the grand scheme of things. Like, was I supposed to see a pixel of his knee coming around the corner or something? Or am I just supposed to not have the YouTuber reaction time that I have? Who knows? And also, like, am I just supposed is he gonna disappear as soon as I get to the elevator? Because there is no way in hell that there is enough time to get to the elevator and hit the teeny tiny button that has a weird, like, hitbox thing. There's no fucking way, dude. So unless he disappears as soon as I enter the elevator and I was like half a second too late in my reaction time, then that feels vastly unfair. Why is there cum on the ground? Oh, never mind. So I started editing. I was like, oh shit, my back kind of hurts. Found out it had been hours. Looked up through my little window. The sun was nowhere to be found. Um, so I had accidentally, because of Crone and the rapscallions, as they're called. Um, because of them, I edited the thing. I did the thing that I was supposed to be doing. The thing I was supposed I have the thing I was supposed to be doing for like a month, but that's cool. And with editing for like 3.5 hours, we got 10 whole minutes of video, gamers. Isn't that crazy? Um, it legitimately kind of is, even though that it really does not sound like a lot for 3.5 hours. Um, but I feel like I did some pretty freaking decent jokes in there. And also something. I have to check this guy's mustache. Nothing weird going on there. Bro, I'm gonna be so sick of that sound effect. I'm never gonna even use it in my own YouTube videos because I'm like, this is a funny sound effect. I need this, right? And you can just put it randomly in YouTube videos to scare the hell out of people. I honestly forgot that that sound effect existed though, because a lot of the time I'll just be reminded of some like meme or something, and I'm like, hey, I could put that in my video. And then that happened recently, and I put a meme in the video I was working on today because I like a narcissist was watching one of my shorts and not the article of clothing. I didn't just open my dresser and look at shorts, but on YouTube I was like, look at me go. I'm so funny and awesome. And in one of the shorts there was this funny haha joke that I kept using because it was hilarious and it's still the funniest fucking thing that's on my computer, honestly. Not counting all my legendary YouTube videos. Maybe counting those, honestly. But yep, we missed something that's kind of depressing. Kind of wasn't paying attention, but that's perfectly fine. I fully expected that to be the time I got jump scared because I wasn't really paying attention and I was just absolutely bolting it. Maybe his mustache did disappear and I wasn't even paying attention. What the hell even is this? Like, truly. And is this UV ever going to be helpful at all? Because I have not found a single thing. Should I be looking at the floor more? I don't know if I've been looking at the floor, other than in this hallway for some reason. I guess because the wet floor sign. But I have not been paying attention to the floors in this room. Do I have to be like actually looking around and paying attention with the UV light? Is that why I keep somehow missing stuff? But yeah, I was watching this funny short of mine and I was like, I'm hilarious. I forgot about this meme. Let me put this in a video because I'm sure it won't get obnoxious if I use it in a bunch of videos throughout my career. Legitimately, it might not, and this is backwards. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Has this been changing at all? That might be something that I've been missing. We got this spooky, scary thing right here. Should I put on some Bad Bunny? There's actually zero ambiance, and I'm like, Dude, I just want to listen to Bad Bunny. That's all I ever want to do now. Cause like, what else is there to do now even? Like, after that Super Bowl performance, um, after I guess after the years of him making incredible music that I've been ignoring because I'm an idiot. Um, but yeah, Bad Bunny. And we made it to floor 8 somehow. Okay, which does mean that floor 9 isn't always going to be normal. So I did find that backwards loading thing. And I said I was going to be horrible at this, and I'm still skeptical. Maybe I'd be horrible um at some other anomaly games, but this one doesn't seem too difficult. You know, it's fairly simple. It's got 3 rooms with some items and stuff. There's this hallway and a UV light, I think, but I have not found a single thing with it yet. What the fuck? Oh, okay. That's interesting. And it's looking at me. Love to see that. Absolutely incredible. Thank you very much. Was I saying a single fucking thing ever? Because I feel like I might not have been, which is rather unfortunate. I gotta count the rectangles. It's always 7. And I gotta refrain from saying 6, 7 every time I read that because I always just group the rectangles in 3. I'm like, oh, there's 3, 6, and then 7. And then I'm like, God damn it. What does the world come to? You know? This is my life now. Every time someone says 6 and then they say 7, I can't not think about that. Can't help but feel like I fucked up somehow. And apparently I didn't. Let's freaking go. And I also have no clue. I'm like, I've been working out. Okay, so what? I was thinking that that was going to be the jump scare, and it actually kind of was. It literally, that was the time where the jump scare appeared. But now, why the hell did I change the general volume at all? It's at zero point 0.3. It's at 1/3 of the volume it was at before. And it essentially did nothing. What about 0.05? Is that guy music? Was that supposed to be nice to listen to? That was music? Fuck. The flashlight click is non-existent. But that fucking jump scare, I'm gonna be hearing it till the end of my days. Like, what the actual hell? Okay. Okay, that kind of felt evil a little bit. Um, it's just interesting because in an anomaly game, I feel like it's kind of the player's job. And in an anomaly game, you can actually be addicted to the player. You're like, actually, it was your fault you didn't notice that pen rotated 5 degrees. Um, but why does my screen like lock on to this guy without me doing anything at all? And then it plays a sound effect. Like, this would be effective. Because before I was like, what even is this? I guess it's a window, maybe? Because there's a light on the other side of it. Um, so I could be like, oh, there's a guy standing there. That's kind of spooky. But if I'm walking over here and your game goes like, duh, that was cringe. But if it like does a spooky noise and then it points your eyeballs directly at this, like that's not anything at all, dude. What is the point of me doing this? That felt like an evil way to say that, but why did the eyes get bigger? Did they? Actually, why does that happen? I guess because he loves me or something. Um, any C4? C4 anyone? Uh, have I been looking at this sign? Is this ever going to change? That seems kind of classic to change a sign like that. Like, I don't know why, but early on, one of the big anomaly games, and one that I think of a lot when I think of anomaly games is Exit 8. And I guess it was pretty early on, and it might have been the first one that was like an anomaly game where you're walking through the thing, and it's like, oh, do this thing. I don't know. It was an anomaly game where you're walking through, kind of like this, except this is you always go through the elevator and you're like marking the anomalies actually, which is that's actually a little bit harder. So that's kind of an interesting concept here and the elevator also makes zero noise because I'm trying not to have my ears bleed every time the jump scare happens. Oh, but this fucking sucks because, oh, okay. Um, I was gonna say we're gonna be here forever, but would it be evil to stop playing the game? But also, is part of my anomaly checking now gonna be going over here and then listening in for this radio? Because the one time, one of the anomalies is it's playing um a spooky little like music box type thing, and I marked it and it was an anomaly. But now that the volume is essentially zero, so that my ears will continue to work as I get older. Um, Now I'm kind of worried that I'm never gonna be able to hear that. I'm gonna completely forget about it, and I'm gonna miss it anytime it appears. Did I even check UV? What is wrong with me? There were 7 tangents that I'm missing, and I'm slightly rushing through the game now. Not even, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm not even like impatient. I don't want to say I don't want to beat the game. That's not, um, I don't know what I'm saying, which I guess is valid for any second that I'm having OBS open. And maybe a lot of the seconds that I'm not even. It still says game over. Like, why is this here? I guess not everything has to eventually be anomalous. Because like this could just be a red herring to have me be like, why is this here? Is game over gonna change? You know? Lots of new stuff to look at when you first load into the game. We got the 6-7 thing. Um, is there any point to switch into the other flashlight? This is honestly too bright a little bit. Did I miss something? Who knows? Does a UV light do anything? I honestly don't think so. Right? It has to though, right? Because there's a thing down here. It says also, if you press the right mouse button when you hold the flashlight, it will switch to UV flashlight. UV flashlight is required to detect some anomalies. Is the game like, um, just checking if I have this equipped and it's like sending an anomaly my way? Like, like the weird shadow guy in that window and the demon hand in the window. Were those because of the UV light? Because that doesn't make any sense. If you give me a UV light, like I'm looking for cum stains and fingerprints. That's like what it's for. Um, so far no ghost stuff though. Ectoplasm, if you will. I can't even like hear static even. Okay, it's static, so it's not anomalous. Maybe I just turn it off, you know? Like, how much do I need? Oh, look at that. Right when I was complaining, gamers, I actually forgot this was also in one of the screenshots because I did look at the store page one time. I glanced at it. I know I said at the very beginning that I um don't know what I'm talking about or whatever, or I didn't know anything about this game. But this was in the screenshot. I remember there was one screenshot where it was like slightly revealed, and there was one where it was fully revealed. And I'm like, this is essentially the same screenshot. Like, why are you doing this? I guess I just needed that extra screenshot. Okay, horrifying. Um, oh, I didn't even realize it says don't look back, and I looked over here. Okay, that was just me being a dumbass, I guess. Um, so that was horrifying. I don't, is that going to be the regular, that's going to be the jump scare sound? Um, not to be a dick or anything, but I'm definitely going to about to be a dick. I don't think they would like normalize sounds or anything just based on the fact that that one jump scare was so insanely loud. Like, was the one that just happened not bursting my eardrums because I turned the volume down to 0.05? Or or was it because that one was just quieter? They just felt nicer on the day that they made that jump scare, you know? Which I do relate to, which is why I'm able to, hang on, maybe not why I'm able to be mean or whatever, but why I'm able to, um, at least see these sort of common mistakes because I do in fact suck at any sort of sound designing or anything at all. And sometimes when I'm editing, I'll make a loud sound effect and it's funny and it's awesome. And sometimes it is funny and awesome, but sometimes I'll go back another day and start editing and I'm like, bro, you were not considering the volume that people have this at because I'm like, oh, this isn't making my ears bleed yet. And then I remember, oh, but my voice is kind of quiet sometimes, so maybe people are going to turn their volume up a little bit, or maybe I don't. You never know. So you don't want to absolutely annihilate anyone's eardrums. So you gotta be careful about stuff like that. Can't have it too loud. Maybe you can't have it too quiet as well, because now that I'm thinking back to some lore stuff I did, um, in this latest video, I kind of buried it because I hate myself and I'm like, oh, this is bad and not good. Can I enter the portal? Okay, I can't. That sucks. At least I'm seeing anomalies though, because every time I don't see an anomaly and then I go through and it's like, oh, you missed something. And then I just have to sit here and cry a little bit. One tear rolls down my cheek. And I think I'm going through fast because I kind of for the most part, have memorized a lot of this stuff. Bro, I heard a sound effect somehow at 0.05 sound volume or whatever. I heard something. I don't know what it. Okay. That was like the same exact sound effect. Does that mean I'm good and great and awesome? I don't know why I always do that. I always look back for some reason. Yeah, nothing going on. Everything's great. I feel like I caught an anomaly or two, which means I'm pretty confident going to the next floor. But yeah, I buried some voice lines because I'm like, I don't like this. I'm bad at voice acting. Okay, we're at floor 9. That's so cool. Um, no offense, game devs, but legitimately, I might stop playing the game. I don't, did I miss something normal? Just randomly, or was I supposed to count that guy jumping off the bookshelf because it was the bookshelf? What was the other thing that happened? The painting, mayhaps? I don't, was that floor? I don't even know. I'm gonna keep yapping because why not? We gotta check the radio. Maybe I turn this up slightly. Is there like a happy medium? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so because I had it at 0.3 and that was too much even. So I guess it wasn't too insanely loud. Maybe we could put it on 0.1. I don't think that is good enough, and I actually can't even hear the radio anyway. So I'm gonna just keep it at 0.05. Or maybe not. You know what? Watch this because you know what I just remembered? Everyone else hears stuff quieter than me. Um, Not saying that very first jump scare didn't absolutely annihilate people's eardrums, but it wasn't as bad for you as it was for me. So, what was me and all that? What even was that? Was that my headphones breaking? I heard like a little tiny static thing that shouldn't have been as loud as it was, which means maybe that was a slight audio glitch or something. Great things take time, game over. Like, what am I missing every time there's apparently something that I'm missing and I'm like, I go through all the rooms and everything looks normal and awesome. I guess I am rushing it, so maybe these guys are gonna move eventually or something. Like the ornaments that we caught pretty early on. Maybe I've got to explore more of the corners to see if there's a jump scare that's gonna happen. I don't think a jump scare, it doesn't like count as an anomaly that I have to mark, but do I like have to get all the jump scares, otherwise I don't win? If it says floor 9 again, I'm actually leaving the game entirely. Yeah, what was I talking about? I've long since forgot. Oh my god, it literally says floor 9 again. That's Depression Spaghetti, dude. For the game devs, anyway. Um, you can click on the credits, I guess. Oh. Hey, free sound, let's freaking go. Shout out free sound. I forgot that because I'm so used to using free sound and being so paranoid about. I guess this makes more sense because I'm an obnoxious YouTuber and um and so what am I saying? Oh, and so I'm paranoid and I don't want to have to credit people and whatever in every video that I use the sound effect in because I'm gonna forget that I have to credit them because there's just so many sound effects sitting on my hard drive. It's kind of insane. At least hundreds. I don't know about hundreds, but including everything that's on that hard drive, like sound effects, stupid images and memes and clips and stuff. Kind of crazy. You know, it's been 3.5 years collecting random internet stuff. So so every time I go to free sound, I have to click on Creative Commons because that means you can just use it for whatever the hell you want, and it doesn't matter. You don't need attribution and stuff. But like, if I make a game, I can click on attribution, gamers, because then I can just put them in the credits. Because I've honestly long since thought about this, but if I'm being a psychopath, Virgo person, narcissist, whatever, um, and I'm trying to do every single thing myself, then I I don't can I do a credit scene even? It'll just be me being a narcissist. It'll be like game design by every single juncture. sound effects by every single juncture, you know? And then it's just me for every single job title that I can think of. Anyway, I'm gonna quit and listen to Bad Bunny, because let's fucking go. I'm actually gonna keep it on game capture for a second. Um, so that I can try to figure out what I'm gonna do next because I got time, gamers. This is what I've been doing lately is just not even thinking about going to sleep. Hang on. Maybe I just restart. We're gonna listen to Onako again because this song's incredible, you know? And then the whole damn album because that's just what I do now. That's like part of my daily routine almost is listening to this whole album like several times. And it's an hour long. So that's kind of crazy that I listen to it more than once sometimes. Sometimes I'll listen to it and I'm like, let's freaking go. Um, and then like I get to the bottom and I'm like, I kind of want to keep listening to music and why let my playlist keep playing or hit shuffle or whatever when I can just scroll back up um, and click on the beginning of the album again. But also, there's so many albums coming out that I low-key already buried Bad Bunny's album. It's kind of depressing. Um, I'm not doing anything at all right now. Oh, you know what I realized? This New Year's screen is a little bit more interesting to look at, potentially. And everything is here. The whole gang's here. Meaning all of my stuff and things. God damn it, you guys. I was like looking. Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm such an idiot. I forgot I had this game. I was looking for shit to play, and I was like, oh, that one time I did play Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I guess I could play that. Unfortunately. Um, and then you know what I realized I have still? Or not still, I guess I just this game's awesome, and you know there's probably an update. Or is there? Is the game gonna like start? It says it's running, so display capture. Look at this, gamers. White Knuckle, the greatest game of all time. Not the greatest game, but you know, it's freaking legendary. It's pretty freaking awesome. So here we are, about to play White freaking Knuckle, listening to Bad Bunny and whatnot. If the game starts up, because it could not apparently. There was a Christmas update that I did not know existed, and I didn't play at all. So that's kind of depressing. I don't know if they're keeping, like, is this still here? I don't know if I'm going to play it. But also, is Parasite still there? Because I made a fun little YouTube video, and I played it on live and stuff. And at the end, I said that I would play it again on stream, so you should go follow me on Twitch. And then did that happen? Not in the slightest. Use new sprinting animation? You can change this in the settings. Sure, that could be cool. Cosmetics? Hey, yo, I want this one. And hammer? Oh my god, that's right, because lead pipe. Hammer alternate. That is so insanely close to the original. Like, why does that matter at all? It's just more brown. And then, like, if we're listening to Bad Bunny, you know, let's get the hammer that's more brown. And I have to beat Parasite. Oh, you get two things. Oh, is it just a wrench and an alternate wrench? Kind of like this? Maybe. Oh, and there's in the chimney. Okay, and this is also the chimney. So maybe I play maybe Christmas in February, actually? Who gets that reference? Um, I don't know. You'd have to be going through the archives, which is also a reference to last stream, kinda. Or the one before that? I don't remember. Logbook? Why am I clicking on this? Let's click play. Um, I'm not gonna play Chimney, unfortunately. I mean, it says winter. I was gonna say it is winter still technically, and then you know what I realized? Kind of not at all, actually. So that's depressing um because what's it called? Climate change and whatnot. I kind of want to continue listening to this. I mean, this song, it already started playing gamers, and this is like one of my favorite ones. It's the first one. You gotta love this one. This one. Not gonna try to pronounce all these. And then I don't know. I've been thinking I need to be more cringe. Like watching clips back and VODs and stuff. I'm like, just go for it, bro. Just make a stupid little sound effect and pronounce the name. You know? Maybe he'll just say it. Oh, New York. Is this about New York? Nueva York? Is that how you say it in Spanish? And then I'm not gonna try to do this. There's two L's, which I know you have to pronounce a certain way, I think. Um, but I wasn't even talking about that when I was saying I like this one. This one shouldn't be too hard, but also I'm gonna mess it up so bad. But it's like ballet. Nope. I don't know. Is it just ballet? Or is it like you have to do weird stuff with your mouth, probably. But I don't know how to speak Spanish. But ballet, I did not pronounce that. Like my mouth did it like stopped working like at the very beginning of that word. But yeah, ballet inolvidable. Spanish gamers. Well, Tita, that's my favorite one. I don't know why I'm saying this at all. What time is it? 3:33? Okay. So let's do a couple runs of white knuckle. And then I might quote unquote go to sleep. But I didn't watch as much YouTube today as I wanted because usually it's like my full-time job, low key. And so I might want to end slightly early to do that. But you know what? I earned it, gamers. I got 10 more minutes of mostly finished video. Autumn, though. Parasite. This one, you can play this all year round because it was the Halloween update. But oh my god, that's so cool, the bloody hands. And my sensitivity just is high? Oh, maybe it wasn't that last game's fault. Okay. Um, do I hate that run animation? Because oh, what is happening? Because now my mouse is moving around super slowly. Who knows? Um, where would I change the sprint? Oh, visuals? Disable sprint animation? Yeah, I kind of disliked it. Um, that's fine, that's cool. I don't think I was right. Yes, I need to remember how to play this game. I believe this is where I would put this. Oh, this is bringing back memories. This is crazy. Um, and also now I have the knowledge of playing it for the first time and then going back and editing myself playing horribly for the first time. Um, and stuff like that. I'm being reminded of all the stupid edits and something else. Hang on. What was the point of going up here? I don't actually remember. Could I jump to something? Or was it? I think you do have to put a python and then jump. So let's do that. That was insane that we just made that. I also should probably be doing the streamer things. And you know what? Maybe I will. Hang on. This is still display capture, I think, so that's an interesting choice of mine, but let us go over here and change the stream title and things. Streaming stuff and things, I guess. Let's just change this to white knuckle because I feel like the category is probably one of the more important ones to change. Maybe? I feel like the thumbnail, which is something you can't change, is more important for people like looking at your stream and clicking on it. So do I even care that much about the title and all that? Not really, which is why I only changed the category. Yeah, being reminded of all the stupid little edits of me mentioning crone, like almost for the first time. Like this is crazy. This is almost nostalgic. Okay, forgot about this guy though. That's rather unfortunate. Sorry, gamer. Can I have? Can I has? I'm sorry I said that honestly. Yeah, keep monitoring his vitals. Bro is fucked. Yeah, mentioning crone brief kind of briefly. Sort of briefly, yeah, I guess. Um right, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're all emulated sentence, they're like prisoners and shit. Stuff and things. Um yeah, mentioning crone for the near first time and then which is crazy now because crone is like um popping into my streams sometimes now. I'm trying to be there for lots of crone streams. Um and they like know me now, sort of a little bit. Um and then I appear and they're like, what's up, Juncture? And Cass and I almost said what am I almost said Kiwi, which isn't a name, kinda. What is wrong with me? I'm at Monty, which is similar esque. I don't know why I confused Monty with Kiwi. I think it's because it's green. Because Monty I read Monty's name in the Discord to make sure I knew what everyone's name was. And Monty's name is Green, and so I always think, oh, Green, because also um they're fun little guy, little PNG tuber, has a little bit of green, and I think of that, I think of Starry Peaches, I think of um the orange or whatever. I'm like, that's Monty. So I guess that's why I was like, oh, that's Kiwi. So maybe I'm just not good at remembering things. Um, yeah, Monty and Cass, they're like, what's up, Junker? What's up, Sock? They've called me that a couple times because I'm a little sock. Look at me. in the corner there. I'm a sock. Kind of crazy stuff. Okay, so this guy. Okay, to the unfortunate bastard after me. I'm not sure how I got out of my seat. Warden slipped up, and there's no staff around. Okay. He doesn't know to unhook anyone. Wait, what? I tried to grab someone else. Oh, okay. And he's like alone there. Doesn't know to unhook anyone. He's screwed. Stuff like that. Okay. Feels pretty freaking legendary to be back in it. And I noticed that I wasn't. What the hell? I don't think I've ever read this. Note to all workers, the only way to enter the organism is through one of the chamber lifts. It doesn't matter if you have superstructure exploratory training, you cannot enter through the maw without our system shocking it open. Okay. I mean, I was gonna say this would be good um to find, which I did not do when I first played this, but what am I saying? Would have been good to find and also oh, but I didn't try to jump into the maw of the beast, you know? Man, I'm such a loser. I kind of love my videos because I was like, I looked at that box and it reminded me of that stupid joke I made. Um, Honestly, I'm like low-key proud of every stupid little joke I make, you know? I guess because being on the other side of everything, I do in fact have to drag every sound effect into the project and every little visual and whatnot. And I'm like speeding shit up. You know, I'm like I edited the video, so uh I suppose I would in fact like it more than the average person, maybe, or appreciate it at the very least more than they would. So yeah, here we are. I don't remember what this thing does. Does it heal you? Because, oh, yeah, in case of exposure to Zeta defensive neurotoxin. Because wasn't I leaving one down here? Or no, I remember now, because I was like, I don't have enough experience. I'm just going to leave that down here so that I could be a little idiot and die. I'm actually going to go all the way down because there's this rope thing that leads like right to it. So I'm just gonna hopefully not die and then jump. Holy fuck. So glad I can grab that because sometimes you can't grab stuff like that. But I'm just gonna do this so I can get back to the elevator a lot easier. Yeah, I put Donkey Kong music here when I was climbing this one time. And sped it up real fast. That's like the majority of my edits, is just speed it up real fast. Make a silly little niche reference. And the thing is, I don't even know anything about Donkey Kong. I just know that the music, people really like it, and people love Donkey Kong Country in particular. And so I was like, oh, I'm climbing this like a monkey, like an ape or whatever. And so I'll put some silly little Donkey Kong music here. So I've never actually played Donkey Kong Country or listened to the soundtrack before making that edit. And I was listening in, I was like, I'll do whichever one stands out to me. Is this one that I just threw down here? Or is it I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Oh, okay. It is. It is the one I just threw down. Okay, now we're back into the belly of the beast. Do I remember where I'm supposed to be going? No, I do not. I do remember. No, I don't remember shit, actually. I can go this way. Is this the way I want to be going? Because this leads. Oh my god, yes, because fuck. I do believe there's something. Oh my god, wait, a brick. I actually fucking need that. I need it more than I need the other thing. Okay, so actually I lied just now. But I do believe there's one in here. Yes, there's a fuel cell. And then also something else. I don't know. Do I take this? I'm assuming I can fight back with it somewhat. So it seems like something I might want. Where's the nearest guy? Above me? Looks like there's a fuel cell kind of next to me, but it's like, what the hell? Where's this fuel cell? I'm fucked. I'm gonna die. Like, where the hell am I? What is this? Should I go down further? This doesn't seem. I guess maybe it's something where you gotta go down first before you can go up. Okay. And there's one right there. It's coming right for me. That's cool. Love to see that. And is this. That looks like stomach acid or something, so I don't think I want to be jumping down there. Oh, what the fuck is that? Should I be concerned about this? Breath extractor? Wait, breath extractor? Oh, I'm so fucked. Okay, never mind. Is this like, were we using this monster for like energy or something? What the hell do you mean breath extractor? What if I jump? Is it gonna make me go up? To an extent. Oh, what the fuck is this? Jukum, jukum? Did not know there was gonna be a second one. Really not good for me. Is this, um, is this actually just, I can't even see. Wait, where's my, I can't even open, okay, I'm just gonna have to accept my fate. I don't even think I was, I was just stuck more than I was like dying or dead. Okay, dude. Continue from checkpoint, I guess. I don't even think I want beans necessarily. I do want to get back to that though. Um, just go down a little bit more. Can we make that jump? Maybe, probably not. Definitely not, but we can maybe make a similar jump. We can't. I guess we can jump all the way down there because then we'd have to. Man, where the fuck am I even going? Do I even want to go? I don't even think I care that much. Let's just get the inoculator because that's more important, I think. So let's go basically all the way down and do the same thing as before. Is this where I was before or where I want to be? How did I even? Oh, wait. I forget I can just jump to it from the platform that's already above me, so I don't need to be too close to the ground right now. Please? Fuck, I let go of the button. My toes. Okay, I'm trying to grab onto this. Hopefully nothing important that I'm missing, but probably a bunch. I don't think so. I think there might have been rebar somewhere that I don't have right now. But that's fine. There's more rebar down here. Okay, so let's try to get down to the other place that I kept going when I first started playing. Is that down here? Or is this where I just went to? Um, oh, I think I went across instead of down. That's right, that's right. And then don't touch these like an idiot. Okay, and then we get a brick, dude. Big fucking brick moments. Okay, so I might be screwed from what I can tell, but maybe not. Maybe there's actually nothing coming to get me and I'm gonna live forever. Wait, why am I down here? Is there even... I came this way because I'm like, oh, it's familiar. I know this way. I'm pretty sure there's like um a thingy here. A fuel cell or whatever. The thing that I need, a power cell. Don't remember what they're called specifically, but there's one of those things. Oh, that was just adrenaline or whatever. Not even the other thing. Okay, and that's not the one that breaks off at some point. So this is all mostly new to me. Okay, why the fuck is there a camera? Should I be worried about that? There's no longer a camera. I'm no longer worried. Can I hear it through the wall? Because there's like a green glow and it sounds like there's something like near me. Very near me. All right, two remain. I know where one of them is, so that's kind of insane. That's awesome for me. Also, this room's kind of a jackpot of bricks, which I need very much. I'm not gonna take all of them. Oh shit, inoculator? Okay, I'll take the inoculator and then just eat this adrenaline. Oh fuck. Shit, that made a lot of noise apparently. Oh fuck. Okay, and then we can just jump straight down and then get the other one because it's over here. Where the fuck am I? It would be helpful if I could see. And then I'm going to use an inoculator so that I'm not fucking dying. Okay, one remains and I don't even know where it is. Right? I might have a general idea. I have one brick. I need to remember that I have one brick. I don't want these beans. Do I want a python? Sure, I only have one. Can they... Oh fuck, can they get in here? No, it looks like he's going across. Somewhere else. Right? Somewhere else? And this is down there somewhere. Okay, shit. It really seems like it's next to me, but I am gonna have to go. Okay, it seems like they're kind of far away-ish. Seems like you have to go down here first and then die. It's a stealth game. Why am I running? Okay, and I missed. You love. Okay. Wait, I just want to get to safety somewhat, and then I can. Okay. I had a slew of items that I could have used. Is that the right word? I don't remember. But gamers, we're reaching the 2 hour mark. There's no one here. There was a viewer that was here for quite a bit, and then they left. Who knows? Maybe that's someone that I know, and they're like they were watching, and then they fell asleep or something. I do remember. Hang on. I actually don't remember because it was either Monty or Cass, and I feel slightly bad because sometimes their voices are kind of similar, but maybe that's just because I recently like met them and been like, oh, these are people or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, I need to like remember their faces and their names and stuff and usernames and whatnot. Um, what am I saying? Oh, but one of them was like, oh, during Crone's stream, one of them was like, oh, I think it was Monty was like, oh, I went to watch your live stream last night and I was going to say something, but then I fell asleep. And I'm like, that's chill. That's cool. People don't need to be saying stuff, you know? I very much appreciate any sort of little viewer, but also, I don't know, people can say stuff. I didn't mean to say, like, was that rude at all? No one's obligated to be here and to be watching and to be saying stuff and being active and whatever. They can just come in, vibe for a bit, and then leave, you know? I'll do plenty of yapping for the both of us, as they say. Now my sensitivity is very low, which is annoying. Let's play some more Bad Bunny. Wait. Okay, so you know what I just realized? That entire gameplay was completely silent. So hope you thought the visuals were cool and um and yeah, Bad Bunny. But good thing I didn't play more matches because I would not have switched to OBS and noticed that. So you got to watch me play 2 matches while I yapped a little bit. I hope I didn't make any weird like concentration noises, because then you would really be able to hear it if it was just me. Zero white knuckle sounds whatsoever, just me occasionally breathing slightly too loud or something. Holy shit, I'm looking out the little window that I have in my room, and I was like, oh, is there a light on out there? I can kind of see a little bit of like brick on the other side because it's like I fully live in my mom's basement, and so it's a window that's like at the top of my room, and it's like not very big, and that's like the ground floor. I also have another bigger window that has like one of those big metal things with like a ladder so that I can like legally um live here and have this be a room because that's like a fire hazard if you don't have a way to get out of your room. Um yeah, I got that bigger window, but this little window, it's that and then there's like a little bit of brick on the other side because that's like the house or whatever. And I was like, there's gotta be a light or something on. Why is it so bright out there? And then I was like, wait a minute. It's fully just my LED mirror that I have on right now. It's so fucking bright. It's insane. And maybe I shouldn't have a big ass LED mirror on to light my room. I should like turn on a little lamp so that I don't know, it probably uses less electricity, but I don't know. Because LED is really like efficient, I think, sometimes. But this is also a whole ass mirror. But also I don't know how it works because I don't know. Um that's unimportant. But let us do an outro, if you will. Bad Bunny. I'm gonna continue listening to this. It's my favorite song, and then I'm going to do other stuff and things. Mayhaps we play some Fortnite tomorrow on stream. Don't know why I corrected myself from saying play more Fortnite, because I guess because I was like, oh, we didn't play Fortnite tonight, but it'll be more Fortnite because I am editing that video, and although I'm not that close to the end, and even then I have to go back and do all the edits that I didn't do, where I like left a little note, like do this edit, future me, or I have to um make it better if I find stupid shit that I said that I can cut out, or if I can um make it like quicker and easier to watch and stuff. Just making it better overall. I'm still kind of in the rough cut. I don't know. I don't do like an actual like rough cut. It's just sort of I'm going through the video, editing it kind of meticulously, which is I'm sure that's what takes up most of the extra time that it takes me to edit because I'm the world's slowest editor. Um And also, what was I saying? I just started listening to Bad Bunny and completely forgot what I was saying. Which is crazy because it was seconds after I was saying it, which is kind of what I was talking about earlier. Being an idiot, not paying attention really, somehow. Um, I was gonna say, so yeah, Bad Bunny. I'm like, no, that's not what I was talking about. That's what I was just saying because I forgot what I was talking about because of Bad Bunny being awesome. And sorry, VOD watchers, this is just a big ass pause. Maybe I'll take a drink of water, you know? Um, Let this be a little break to drink some water, take a little stretch. Um, Even though usually when I do that and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna remember what I was talking about while I do this, I'm usually just not thinking about anything, or I'm like, oh, I'm drinking water right now instead of actually trying to remember stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna do that for a second. I sat down and started remembering for a second, and I remembered immediately. That's crazy. But also yummy water. Um, so editing. I was talking about editing the process. Usually I don't do like a full super rough cut. I'm going through adding, I'm like cutting it together as you would, removing gaps, stupid stuff, making it a watchable YouTube video while also um doing just whatever edits I want to do at the time. Um Sometimes I'll encounter something where I'm like, oh, this is gonna take some work. I'm gonna like need to make something in Photopea, the janky version of Photoshop. Look at it, it's right there. Um yeah, Photopea, or I'm like, oh, I have to like make a separate little video, like I gotta record something on my phone or take a picture or something to make a joke or something. I think sometimes, actually, never mind. I think I might. I used to do this in the past. I think where um, I would find something where I'm like, oh, I don't want to. I would find something where I'm like, oh, I could put a joke here. Um, like fade in this one specific meme or something that I'm thinking of. But then I usually, what the fuck am I even saying? I used to encounter those edits where I'm like, oh, I could put a funny little meme or a funny little joke here, but I need to go find that and download it onto my computer so that I can do that. And sometimes I wouldn't be in the mood to do those even. And I would just put a little marker and I'm like, future me, do this funny little joke. But I tend not to do that, honestly, because like, I don't know, it doesn't take that much time, and that's like a big fat juicy part of editing. And and the reason why I do a bit of a more refined rough cut, I think, is because when I get to the end of the video, I kind of just want to be done. I'm kind of sick of it at that point. So like I'll do my sort of refined rough cut, and I guess it's a little bit different now because I've sort of been going back and watching it another time and fixing stuff because weirdly, right when I start editing something, I'll want to put more gaps and I'll be less good at editing and stuff. And so I'll have to come back and I've sort of been doing a little bit of a second pass, but not really, or sort of, it's a really like patchy second pass a lot of the time, I think, because sometimes, honestly, I've been doing this sometimes where when I'm working on the rough cut, like now, I've done this, my little rough cut. like 45 minutes into the video, kind of. We got 45 minutes of video so far, which I always say, but it's kind of confusing because that's like how much edited video we have. I think it's confusing to me because when I'm actually good and consistent at making YouTube videos, I I will sit down every day and edit until I have 5 minutes of video. Um, and I had realized after doing that for a bit, I'm like, oh, this isn't editing for 5 minutes. It's editing until because you're cutting out a lot of the like pauses and shit, and so you're like losing time. So maybe you've edited like 10 minutes of video, but it ends up being five of the like mostly finished video because um it's something, what am I saying? It's because you lost all that stupid shit where if you're me, you're saying and you're saying stupid words and you're also not saying words. So you got to cut all that out. So now we got 45 minutes of this legendary Fortnite video that isn't it's kind of legendary now. I was saying this earlier and I don't remember if I finished saying this, but I was like I kind of hated it for a while, but then after today, and it was either yesterday or the day before. I don't remember when I did editing then, but yeah, just recently, I suppose a lot of the edits I've been doing are pretty funny and awesome. Actually, I did a stream because I remember doing a GMM edit on stream, and it was funny, and it was awesome. And I earlier today when I first started editing, I watched that back, and I was like, "That's hilarious! I'm awesome." And Loki, that GMM joke almost single-handedly saved this video for me. Because after that, I was like, "This is awesome." Holy shit, we're actually gonna make it to my favorite song. I was fully like, "Oh, we're all the way up like here or here or something." And this is also a long song. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be ending stream before we get to Waltita," but we didn't. So that's interesting. Um, Sometimes I try to expect shit that's going to happen for surezies, like me doing an hour-long outro, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm legitimately like, I need to not do that. And then I say a couple things and then I outro and then I leave. But now I just had a lot of stuff to say, I guess, about editing, which I haven't finished saying. So I'm actually going to think back. You gamers take this time to stretch and drink water and stuff, even though I kind of just said that a little bit ago. And I'm going to put my mouse away, put this janky little box that is part of my quote unquote desk. I'm going to put that back where it's supposed to be while I think of this editing thing that I was going to say. Something about that window earlier, and this isn't the editing thing, but I was talking about that window, my LED mirror. So if you're on the outside of our house, there's probably just like a beam of light coming through that window, kind of. Because this mirror is bright as fuck. It's kind of insane. I could turn it down right now, which would save on electricity and stuff, but it's not my problem. I don't pay for the electricity. I'm kidding. That's kind of evil, but also sometimes I do. Um, what am I saying? Hang on, hang on. Um, yeah, editing. Okay, watch this. I legitimately, what did I want to say? Because I was talking about GMM, I was talking about this sort of process of rough cutting and adding jokes and shit, but I don't remember what all of that was leading up to. This is the problem, and sometimes I absolutely despise this because when I'm going back and watching VODs, I was like, I do remember what it was leading up to, and I'm like, oh shit, this was so cool. But like in the moment, I can't just say the first thing that came to my mind because it's sort of because when I'm not like speaking out loud and exhibiting many symptoms of ADHD, I almost all of them one might say. But when I'm not doing that in real life, I'm sort of thinking of random scenarios and I'm talking about shit in my head like a psychopath and I refine what I'm saying, you know? I'm winning all these fake arguments in my head because I would win them if this is what I was saying out loud because I'm such a genius and whatnot. Um so yeah, winning those damn arguments. Let's freaking go. And also something, hang on. Hang on, what am I saying? I'm such an idiot because I did remember, which is why I'm saying I'm an idiot and because it's ironic. But I was saying it's very, very frustrating because in regular life, I'm in my head. I'm refining sentences and word choices and things. I'm very particular. And one might say sometimes I'm kind of a writer a little bit. Um, look, this whole tab thing that's up here that you actually can't see either because this transparent Twitch chat thing that I didn't even need this stream because no one said anything. But um, which means I can close it, I guess. You know, that's part of taking down stream is closing all these random tabs and things. So it says book, but I pronounce it book as a funny little joke. But I'm like, oh, that kind of looks like how you would say it, the way it's written, book, the word. So I'm like, oh, let's write it like nuke, because that's kind of pronounced similarly. So I don't know. Um, I've got that little tab island as one of the web browsers that sponsors a lot of YouTubers calls it. But yeah, I got that fun little group thing, which is what my web browser calls it, Brave. I'm pretty sure. Why am I even saying that? But I've got that little tab thing full of chapters of a book that I'll probably never finish writing. I don't know. Um, but at the very least, I'm very particular with words and things just when creating. Because even though I'm not writing that book, I am still writing like scripts and lore sometimes. And I'm very particular, you know. You gotta have the thing that gets released is the 78th draft. Not 78th, but you know, I'm always tweaking stuff and so I'm doing that in my brain. I'm like tweaking shit and whatnot, which is maybe why I sound like an idiot most of the time because I haven't. Because I think tweaking stuff that you say out loud is speaking out loud for years of your life, and then you figure out different sentences and things that you can say. But here, I'm just like, I'm a toddler, bro. I'm freaking, I'm just saying the words that are coming to my head, and they're all very simple and not good. Which is funny because that sentence was kind of not good. But I don't know how to speak. You know, I'm illiterate and all that. And so I can't really pull from all these legendary words that I do know sometimes. Maybe I'm just not as smart as I think I am. I think that just is the truth, but also, who knows? I don't know if I thought that I was really all that smart, but this was all leading up to me saying that's me in real life. Very particular, very um iterative. Look at me having a vocabulary. And that was kind of crazy because that was look at me going on another tangent. That was one of those scenarios where I'm like, there is a specific word I'm thinking of that would fit so well here and I would like to say, and I think it's awesome and cool. And this would be concise and contribute to my sentence properly. Um, and I just think of the like vibe of the word and the sort of maybe I'll get like the letter that it starts with. My brain will give that to me. Um, but I thought of the vibe and randomly iterative just popped up into my brain. And that's what I am, I'm iterative, which means you make lots of iterations, lots of different versions and stuff, which is what I was just talking about exactly, which is why I wanted to use that word. Um, so yeah, very iterative, which is why me yapping and going on all these different tangents that are kind of ancillary. Watch this. Um, yeah, they're ancillary and they do contribute to the main point that I'm trying to make. And I feel the need to articulate these other little points that help the big fat juicy main point. But then when I do that, I just completely forget what the main point was or like the road to get there or what the hell I was ever saying in the first place. And then I end up just talking about Bad Bunny. So, yeah, this outro has been nearly 30 minutes. My last song was 2 songs ago, or my favorite song was 2 songs ago. Not last song. I don't know why I said that. But wait, I like this song too, I think. Yeah. You can like bounce and gyrate to the song. Bouncing on it to El Club. I think he says it El Club kind of, but like, I don't know. The thing about other languages is they have the ability to make mouth sounds that I don't know how to make. Like, fully, I just like, my tongue doesn't do that. I would need to practice moving my mouth like that. Like a little baby child. Who would have guessed? It's kind of absurd how um everything is so much more basic than a lot of people tend to think it is, you know? Like they were talking about this in Crone's stream earlier, or they kind of brushed past a certain topic that I absolutely love, and it's parenting kind of. Is that weird to say? Maybe not weird to say, but I'm just like I'm not a parent at all. But it's fascinating because my parents weren't the greatest. Um and I guess both of them technically weren't the greatest, like my biological parents, but also when I say parents in a derogatory way, I'm talking about my father and my stepmom, his wife or whatever. Um lived with them for a good chunk of time and they weren't the greatest to me. Um and I'm not going to go on this tangent because I've written a very, very cool and awesome video essay that I might make eventually this year, potentially. Maybe next year, I don't know. But I wrote it like 2 years ago at this point, so it'd be kind of crazy for it to come out 4 years after. But I don't know. What am I saying? I'm going on tangents, talking about tangents and parenting and whatnot. Oh yeah, I was fighting against every single muscle in my body to not start yapping in the chat of Crone's stream, talking about I can mention this brief part. I don't have to go into the whole script of that video essay, but it was like parents being mean. Oh my god, I remember. And I believe Monty said this. And I'm actually there are lots of distinctions between Monty and Cass's voice. I just kind of the very first time meeting them, they're pretty similar, you know? But now I kind of understand and I think of course when I'm like actively like listening and trying to figure out who is speaking, well I don't really have to try, but it's just like when I'm going back into my memories, into the depths of my brain, I'm like, oh wait, who said this one thing? I just remember one of them said it. And I believe this one was Monty. Monty was talking about, and I guess Monty talks a little bit more than Cass, I think, potentially. Maybe, I don't know. Um, maybe not actually. It's kind of even, and that might just be me confusing them in my memories again. I'm pretty sure Monty does talk more than Cass, but Monty potentially was talking about parents giving up on their kids when they don't act how they wanted them to, you know? Maybe not giving up. That's not the way Monty put it for sure, Z's, but Jesus Christ, that's like one of the big fat juicy theories, question mark, one of the points to this legendary video essay that may never exist. It will eventually. This one will, because this was like the crux of my life at one point where I was in fact a teenager and I was super depressed and not having fun or anything at all. Um and my parents derogatory, which means it was my father and stepmom that I was living with, um they had sort of given up on me. And I was like, what the hecking frick gamers, you know? And watch this, gamers. What is wrong with me? I keep saying the same exact words. Um, I'll leave you with this, okay? Because I'm legitimately going to end soon. Um, this legendary little line, because in fact, like I was, and I will admit to this now, I was like a bad kid, quote unquote, but I was also very depressed and didn't know how to live life. And I was learning. That is one of the big fat juicy points of this, because something people don't realize is a when do babies start walking? I was gonna say a 1 year old, maybe. Um, but a little teeny tiny baby, you don't yell at them and call them stupid when they fall over when they're learning to walk, you know? And that's like over the years you just stack different skills on top of each other that you learn very slowly over time. Like I've known how to walk for quite a while, and I'm pretty good at it, I would say. Um, but I don't know how to like interact with people. I don't know how to like be a person. You know, I'm learning all that stuff now. I'm learning how to exist, as I've been saying, within many of these streams. Um, my dad and my stepmom were the type of people to get mad at me for that. You know, as a teenager, not being good at stuff and things. I don't mean I'm not being good at like skills, kinda. I just mean like I didn't know how to. I didn't even know myself necessarily, and I like didn't want to live anymore, which was a big contributor to a lot of the ways that I was acting. Um, but this is the legendary line that I came with eons ago. You know, I was a bad kid, and I was hard to work with, and annoying, and all these different things. But a bad kid is never an excuse to be a bad parent. Boom. Look at that, gamers. Mic drop or whatever to 0 people in here. Maybe it was cooler because it wasn't cooler because there's no Bad Bunny playing. I was gonna say because it's just my voice and it's cool and awesome and look at that. But there's nothing. Um. So yeah, that's pretty freaking crazy. Epic parenting moments. Maybe I read a book on parenting. I've never been a parent my entire life. Um. But legitimately, I think I could because a lot of bad parenting comes from like not having empathy, kind of fucked up, and then having big fat juicy expectations that are unrealistic and stuff like that. You can't be like, yo, I want to have a child, and then be like, yay, fun, and run around in circles and like play with them when they're a kid and do stuff, and then immediately turn your back on them when they're like trying to become a person, you know? So unintentional kind of big fat juicy lore drop. Um, if um maybe, I guess not really, but you can glean some information about me from what lots of things I just said. But opening OBS, epic OBS moments. I was in fact just trying to be a big fat juicy entertainer because someone appeared. Because I was fully just gonna end the conversation and be like, "That's it, gamers. Catch you in the next one," or whatever the hell I say. Um, but then I saw that 1 viewers go up to 2 viewers, and And I was like, maybe I write a book, maybe all these other parenting things, um, which is something I've considered writing a book. Because one thing about me is I'm a clickbait YouTuber, okay? And I'm an obnoxious clickbait YouTuber. And so this book that I'm writing, um, Loki, well, I'm not writing it now. I haven't written a single word in it in months probably, but this book has a clickbait title, which kind of doesn't make sense anymore, but it does have a clickbait title, which I can say that it has a clickbait title, or I can hint at what the clickbait title was because, um, and it kind of had a lot to do with that time in my life that I was talking about, derogatory parents or whatever, because, um, because I had opened up Google Docs and started writing at, I was going to say kind of the breaking point at that point in my life, but something depressing here. Watch this, gamers. It was only one of the breaking points. Okay, so I was like, I'm going to start writing this book because I have nothing else to do and I need a reason to live. I'm kidding. I had a reason to live because I already came up with all this like every single juncture random YouTube lore stuff, which is kind of crazy to think about that. I'm going to be bragging about that for eons to come because I'm a narcissist and I'm always thinking about, and part of this is because I'm kind of interested in just like interviewing people and learning about people and stuff. And so I'm like, someone could interview me. That's a non-zero chance. I mean, not now, obviously, but I'm like, if I've decided I'm going to be rich and famous, then I need to also consider all the other stuff that comes with that. And so I feel like that's something that would come up, right? That I um sort of came up with. I was going to say all of this, like all the lore and stuff, when I was 15 years old, which isn't true. I sort of the initial idea sort of happened then, but even then, that initial idea was so far fetched. I guess I can use that here. Um, from what it is now, even, and what it will be in however many years it takes for me to start getting interviewed. So, um, but I did in fact start coming up with it, and I would say I had most of the concepts and ideas down before I was even 18 years old. So, kind of crazy. I'm kind of a genius. All that stuff. And I'm unintentionally listening to the entire Bad Bunny album because my dumbass can't end a stream to save my life. It's for sure Z's been 30 minutes because now we're at 2 hours 33 minutes. And we started the outro around the 2 hour mark. So I was like, oh, we hit 2 hours. Um, so yeah, for sure Z's 30 minutes and some change. So I'm just gonna have to say goodbye and farewell, even though I was saying some stuff. Oh, the book thing. Okay, so book, writing that book. I was okay. It was literally just gonna be me saying, oh, that book. Um, the clickbait title is in fact that it's like written by a teenager. It's like, oh, um, book title, subtitle kind of, but like it's like a long title. And then it's, um, not written by a teenager. I don't remember how I put it in the title. Oh no, it's book title written by, um, a teenager, kind of. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, but I don't want to spoil it or have anyone steal my ideas, you know? Because what if I do eventually finish that book? I'm so far from it. It would take years. But if randomly one year I decide I want to be a writer, I could in fact go back to that and write it and stuff. But yes, I don't know if I enjoy writing that much though. So well, maybe if there's one thing we learned from today, and by we I mean just me, um, from today because I was yapping about this in the stream, but also today because this happened today where I was in Chrome's stream and I was like, oh, let's be productive actually today. Um, maybe I do that. Maybe Crone is going to be single-handedly the reason why I finished my book. that I started writing when I was like 16. I thought I was 17, and then I checked back on something. I don't remember how I discovered that. I think I had written some sort of I'm 14, this is deep, like super, super depressed thing about writing a book or something. I don't remember. I did all sorts of stuff like that, just writing a bunch of stuff. I tried to start my YouTube channel then because I was like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber or whatever, but then I was not good at it. Like, this is something I forget sometimes because, um, and yes, this stream is going to be 2 hours longer than it is now, apparently, but, um, something I forget is I was writing not necessarily lore stuff, like the every single juncture lore with all the iconic characters that you know if you're scouring the archives right now. Um, it wasn't that, but it was still I'm 14, this is deep stuff that had similar. Um, I always think of the word motifs. That's not it. Similar like themes and stuff. That's the word, and it's fully so much simpler than the word motifs. Um, yeah, I was doing I'm 14, this is deep stuff, and I was going to do, and I was like, oh, let's just start super small. YouTube's the one thing where I didn't really try to do anything 10 million times more ambitious than I should have at the very beginning, which is really interesting. I wonder why I did that, but at the very beginning, I would write these things in my notes app, and I was just going to use the voice recorder on my phone and do that and record these super, super depressing voice notes. And then I would skip class and go walk around some weird little park next to my school, and I would mentally prepare myself 50,000 times over and then hit record and then not say a single word no, actually, I'm just now remembering this. I would say a couple words and then I'd be like, "Oh, that's cringe, that's scary, that sucks." And then and then I would delete it probably. And then I would go back to school as one does. But um what am I saying? But just jump into it, gamers, because I forget that that was before my first YouTube video, probably, I think. Unless it wasn't, I don't know. Um, there were a lot more just like random lore things, kind of in the olden days. Not lore, but like I'm 14. This is deep stuff because there's this one video that I uploaded that was like a bunch of AI voices and shit, which is stupid and annoying at this point in my life and in AI's career, if you will. Um, but the title is just like a bunch of numbers. It's like 001 other numbers, and it's talking about the stars. I thought it was about falling in love with the moon, but that's something else that I wrote about. Um, but it's talking about the stars because this is a concept that I was obsessed with back then. Because I was like, oh, the world sucks now, climate change and all that stuff. But now I'm desensitized to it, and I'm like, there's 50,000 times more horrible shit going on. It sucks. Everything sucks, and the world's horrible or whatever. Um, which is still kind of I'm 14. This is deep about me that I'm saying that way, but back then it was like ignorant teenager thinks they understand how the world works. Um, and so I was obsessed with the stars and the fact that they disappeared because I remember being a small child and visiting my grandma and stuff. And something that we would do that I absolutely loved, we would go outside to her backyard. She has a pretty big backyard, pretty iconic, pretty legendary in my childhood and all that. And we would take a bunch of chairs from her cool little like deck thing that was also there. We would take those, bring them out to the yard, into the grass. Maybe just sit on the grass and lay in the grass sometimes, I think, because we were like small children. So we were chill with doing that. Um, and we would look up at the sky at night. And it was like the most beautiful fucking thing to ever exist, dude. It was like Like if you're thinking of a gorgeous like starry night sky, it's basically that. If you like painted it and made it absolutely perfect and it was gorgeous, um, then yeah, that was awesome. But AI is not going to know how to generate that kind of thing because it's not going to exist anymore. Which isn't an I'm 14, this is deep thing to say. Who knows? Maybe I've never changed since I was 15 years old. I guess I wouldn't have been 15 at this point. I would have been like 17 or something. Um, which isn't much different. Well, that's not true. I was pretty different from the ages of 15 to 17. Um, what the fuck am I yapping about? We would look up at the stars and it was incredible. This was like the greatest moments of my little teeny tiny small child life back then, you know? This was like sometimes you see, I guess this is depressing that now it's like in like reels and TikToks and whatnot, you see some beautiful stuff like landscapes, art, all sorts of things. And sometimes it's so insanely incredible and it like resonates with you and you're like, that's beautiful. But that night sky above my grandma's house was like, um, that was like my first exposure to that kind of beauty and whatnot. Because it was incredible, dude. It was legitimately incredible. And even now, if I go to that same place, my grandma's house in the backyard, pull up a little chair, um, you could count the amount of stars in the sky on one hand. And that's the most depressing thing that exists. And like, if you want to see that kind of starry night sky anymore or again or whatever, I guess, mayhaps if you're seeing this and you're younger than me, then you actually maybe don't know what that looks like. Um, but yeah, epic climate change. I guess not really climate change, but similar. Just like cities and building stuff and light pollution and stuff like that. You know, you can't see the stars anymore. It's if you want to see something like that, it is a journey. It's a destination. You have to go up into the mountains, camping, or something like that. And this was just in people's backyards. Can you believe that, gamers? A beautiful, painterly, starry night sky. Um, that was just in people's backyards. So, leaving you on that depressing note instead of, I guess, the depressing note before of that legendary line that I dropped. Um, being a bad or having a bad kid is never an excuse to be a bad parent. Because parents who are like that are significantly more childish than they think they are, and they're always calling their kids childish because they're assholes and they're lazy and they're I don't know. I just have a deep disdain for people like that, and that's why I'm like I could write a book about parenting because I have empathy and I've experienced horrible parenting. You know, and Loki, that video essay is my book about parenting. If I ever get to making more legit video essays, or maybe I don't even know if that one has that many jokes or anything in it, or like different cuts and things. Because I was thinking, oh, I want to do this one later on because this is really like important to me, and I want this to be good. But I'm like, I might be able to do that soon if I really wanted, because I don't know why I never thought of this. Because whenever I think about this video essay and like making it and stuff, it's like it's mostly just like a chill video of me like sitting down and talking and whatever. Which I guess sometimes is video essays, and a lot of the times is. It's just that most people have like professional, like YouTuber backgrounds, and they're like sitting at a desk and they got a microphone and stuff. And I look significantly less professional. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess my microphone is RGB, so maybe people will take me less seriously. But it's still a pretty good mic, and I got a bedroom. You know, that's my background. I got a decent camera. It's just my phone, but I mean, phones are pretty good nowadays. So I'm gonna leave you on that, gamers. Phones are pretty good nowadays. Which isn't depressing if you don't look into phones at all. Okay, so enjoy your little rectangle that shows you the world and stuff like that. Focus on the positives. Don't look into how phones are made or that sort of industry or anything like that. It's not depressing, okay? Goodbye and farewell. If you look into anything, it actually becomes depressing. So just don't look into anything. But also stay informed, I guess, on certain things. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. It's devolved into me yapping at 4:41 a.m. So don't know what I really expected. Farewell and goodbye, gamers. Catch you in the next one. Like and subscribe, I guess. Have I been saying that in at the end of these podcasts? Maybe, probably. Maybe I've been prioritizing take care of yourself because I'm gonna consume water. I'm gonna get some sleep. Watch a funny little YouTube video. Probably fall asleep halfway through. It's gonna be like a 5-minute YouTube video. Um, yeah. Goodbye and farewell. Do those things. Take care of yourself.